Yesterday by the president over his handling of the investigation into alleged surveillance abuses by the FBI. But the attorney general didn't lay low. He was spotted dining at a restaurant in D.C. last night with his deputy, Rod Rosenstein, and Solicitor General Noel Francisco. Congressman Jim Jordan siding with the president against Sessions, calling for him to bring on a second special counsel.
There was serious wrongdoing done at the FISA court. At least all indications are that took place. That's why you need the investigation. The only one that can do it is a second special counsel. Appoint the second special counsel, Mr. Attorney General, and let's get on with this and get answers to the American people.
Jordan is among 13 GOP lawmakers who signed a letter asking for a second special counsel. Greg, you weren't here yesterday when we talked about Sessions versus President Trump. What do you think about the drama?
There are pluses and minuses to transparency. The plus is you learn more about government than any poli-sci class. I know more about Donald Trump than I know about, like, my first cousin. I mean, he's nothing more transparent. The minus is, it's often like that couple that quarrels in public. That's, you know, that they, if you ever go to a restaurant with a couple and they argue in front of you and you're just like, oh God, it's worse than when you're in a fight. It's just when you're watching other people fight, it's just like, oh my God. But what we do know is that Trump vents. And then he leaves it up to us to figure out on the spectrum of priority, like how important it is. I would call him a bit of a diva.
Oh, my goodness. Oh,
never heard that before.
Take one, Greg, to new one.
Okay, one second special counsel to investigate the FISA abuses. I mean, we know about the abuses. We know there was fraud perpetrated on the court. We know a political document was used to get a wiretap, and the court was deceived about who paid for it. Do you think that justifies? Do you think that justifies?
Is this a leading question,
a second special counsel? I would agree.
No, I mean, I think that what Jeff Sessions said yesterday is, you know, he's going to, as long as he's there, he's going to conduct himself with integrity and according to the laws of our country, our Constitution. And I mean, to me, that was a hell of a put down for the man who put you in that position as Attorney General. But I mean, at this point, to go to dinner at Central with Rod Rosenstein.
Where'd they go?
Central.
Oh, I like how you say that.
He's a D.C. insider, so he's got all the
but you know what's funny
it's
about
French
that?
for center.
It's right across from the Trump Hotel.
Ooh,
it's
so
literally.
they dissed the Trump Hotel.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
But
He couldn't get reservations. Sessions couldn't get reservations.
yeah, no.
Sorry, Attorney General Goldberg.
That's pretty good.
He even tried on open table.
Yeah, you're not getting in here.
Magoo here.
Oh my God! No, if he had said this is Magoo here, he might have gotten in. He might have gotten in.
You get a table by the kitchen.
By the way, is Magoo better than idiot? Because he called him an idiot disgraceful.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe it's a term of endearment, Kimberly.
Yeah. Moving on. Yes,
What do you think?
I'm sure he enjoyed. But you know what? He's got to stick up for himself. He's the Attorney General of the United States. He's expected to behave in an ethical manner, to pursue justice at all odds without political ideology or bent. We complained vociferously here when Eric Holder was involved with Fast and Furious and gun running and the whole deal, okay, and the border cover-up and all of the above. And so now we have somebody who is trying to actually do the job in the way that he sees fit. It might be somewhat of a disappointment as to some avenues he's chosen or pursued based on somebody's political persuasion or support of the president or things that were said during the campaign. But he's got to see it through. I mean, he's just got to do his job. And there's a right way to do it and a wrong way.
So I just want to say something to you. So what happens if your man actually gets Sessions to leave? It's a terrible situation for him, because then you'd have Rod Rosenstein there, and nobody on Capitol Hill is going to approve a new Attorney General.
I don't think he's leaving. I miss the old days of Ashcroft scandals. Those were much different than these.
Like, you mean the curtains?
Yeah, the curtains over the chest of the statue. Can we get back to those?
I worked at DOJ then, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You had to defend that one?
Well, thankfully, I had the environmental division, so I didn't have to worry about that one. But, you know, Central, they called it DOJ's lunchroom.
Ooh.
This is like where all the big wigs go when they're there. I think that they got to calm some stuff down in this administration. Okay, today you have also NBC just reported right before we came on that they're looking to replace McMaster.
I know.
And so this is a guy who actually he's like a super competent guy who has done so much to help us.
He calls him Mick Magoo.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't like the nicknames, but you know, then you had today also Carson coming out and saying, we're gonna send the expensive dining room furniture back. You had Pruitt saying, okay, I will fly coach in the future. You have Zinke still getting questions about his travel, and I just think you've got a lot of accomplishments under your belt. You got a lot more things to do. You got a tough election.
But do you
coming
think
up.
it's just
Calm
chaos,
down.
Dana? I mean, because you got
Well, this is what
Kushner.
I'd say also about a special counsel.
Yeah.
Just be careful what you wish for.
Absolutely.
You want to ask for another one, and you're going to say that that's legitimate, and then you're going to try to call illegitimate on the other one. I think that's a really bad
But
idea.
I just wanted to add into what you were saying, because I think there's a lot of chaos. You know, Jared Kushner is being told he doesn't have full clearance. Wall Street Journal today is basically saying, hey, you might consider going home or getting involved with the 2020 campaign. Taking Hope Hicks away, taking Jared Kushner away, that poor president, he's isolated.
Well, it was a lot more chaotic in the summer. Remember those
I'm sure you
days?
feel
Juan?
very bad, Juan.
Yeah,
No,
I can tell by
he's out of
the
control.
sincerity of your concern.
No, my thing is there's chaos in the White House.
Look,
Do we talk about
okay, no. I've done the math.
We
It's
just
the
did.
same pace of attrition, or is it attrition? Is that how you say it?
Attrition.
As The Apprentice. If you do by a proportion of time, The Apprentice was 1 firing a week. The White House is 1 a month average, and by percentage of time, that's exactly 1 to 1.
All right, happy Infrastructure Week, everybody. If you want quality of life, don't move to Greg's favorite state. He'll tell you why next.